Welcome to the Get Right with God podcast with Jamar Grimsley, where we're all a work in progress. Nobody has their life all the way together. We're all trying to get right with God.
Listen, the covers are being snatched off. There's no more hiding. Open display. Let me say that again. I said the covers, they are being snatched off. There's no more hiding. Open display. Now, you guys, what am I talking about? I'm talking about someone is about to be put out on an open display. Now, I'm not talking about somebody else being exposed or anything like that. I'm talking about you, child of God. I'm speaking about one of the children of God that he's about to take you and put you out on an open display, meaning people are going to be able to see what you have. Are you hearing me? People are going to be able to see what it is that God has put in you. People are going to be able to see what God is going to use you to do, child of God, right? You guys, there come a time, right? Many times God will just put us, hide us, right? He'll hide us. He'll work on us and he'll teach us and he'll allow you to watch and for you to learn and just to see, get a feel of things and things like that. But there comes a point when all of the learning and all of the teaching and all of that time, it's like the disciples with Jesus. Like Jesus had to go to his father. Like he said, "Oh, I'm gonna send y'all out 2 by 2 now. You got to use what I've taught you. What have you seen and what have you learned and what have you seen me do? Now you have to go ahead and do that as well, right?" So something like that, you guys, like God is putting somebody out, right? You've been hidden and you've been watching and you've been learning and you've been but there comes a point, child of God, where you have to now go out, the Great Commission, right? Go out and make disciples, right? Preach to all nations, right? So somebody's about to come out, right? You've been hiding long enough, right? God is about to put you on an open display. God is about to use you for his glory, child of God. And this is going to happen, child of God, through a means of, it's going to be some type of offer or it's going to come through some type of opportunity. But this thing, when it happens, child of God, it's going to seem so much bigger than what you can handle. It's going to seem so much bigger than you think. You won't be able to think you're going to be able to do it, child of God. It's going to look like God is going to have to help you with this. It's going to be something that's going to be kind of intimidating. And you're going to be like reluctant to accept it or reluctant to move forward or think you can't handle it, child of God, right? But this is coming by a divine orchestration of the Lord, child of God. It's going to be some type of setup that God is going to do, child of God. But when this thing happens, child of God, it's going to put you out on an open display, right? And I'm hearing like a rude awakening. And when a rude awakening happens, right, that means there's people that looked at you and they doubted that God could ever do anything with you, right? There are people that are going to be like, they're going to be shocked at what they see. You see what I'm saying? And this is no way that this is going to happen by a power or might, but this is going to be done, child of God, through the Spirit of the Lord, right? People are going to know that you are God's, that you belong to God by what God is going to use you to do, child of God. Open display, meaning people, like we could see that there's something under this cover, but I can't make out what's under this cover until God snatches the cover off. I can see that there's something under there, right? But I can't make out what's under the cover, right? God has to snatch the covers off and all eyes are going to be able to see. You're going to now be on an open display. It's kind of like when you walking through the mall, you notice a clothing store, but you can't really see what they got. But you know it's a clothing store, but you can't see the clothes, right? All this clothes is folded up and they are in a box and they in the back of the store. But when God puts you on an open display, right? People are going to be able to walk by the store and see you in the window of the store. They'll be like, "Oh, I like that jacket right there. That's a nice little jacket right there. Oh, I like that hat right. Oh, I need to get that scarf. That's a nice belt right there." But before you're put on an open display, you're being hidden and nobody can really see what God has placed inside of you, right? But when you come out on an open display, child of God, people are going to get a rude awakening. And it's even going to shock you, child of God. It's going to even shock you. You guys, what if God allows us to just stay in the background, right? You can't just stay in the background forever, right? There come a point when everything you learned, right? People that you've watched, right? Things that you've taken notice of, all of those things, it has to be put to use, right? You can't just sit and learn. No, you're learning because you have to go and put the knowledge or whatever you've learned. You got to go now and put that to use. You see what I'm saying? God is about to snatch the covers off of somebody, right? He's about to put you in an open display, child of God, right? And again, like I said, this thing is going to look so much bigger than what you can handle on your own. And that right there, also, it'll just help you to know that you're going to need God to do it. It's like no way you can do this on your own. You're going to need God to help you to do this, child of God, right? So that right there would even identify you. If an opportunity comes and it looks so much bigger than what you can handle on your own, don't turn it down. This is a divine orchestration of God, child of God, right? This is a divine orchestration of God. And child of God, be confident in your ability, right? You got to be confident in your ability. Sometimes we feel like maybe I don't really know what I'm doing, or I can't really do this. No, you're not really even confident in your own ability, but you're just trusting God to use you, right? You're just trusting God to do what he does best in you. You got too much anointing inside of you, child of God. It's too much grace. It's too much power. It's too much there. It's time to get up and get out, right? God is snatching off the covers from somebody's life. He's about to put you on an open display. You have been hiding too long, right? You've been hiding too long, child of God, right? And you'll know if I'm speaking to you. Like if you've just been sitting and you've been learning and you've been watching and you've been taking notes and you've been growing, and it's been a long process for somebody. I'm not talking to somebody that just went into hiding, but you've been sitting for a while and you may feel like you're not ready, child of God, right? But God is about to put you onto an open display. People are going to see what God is going to use you to do for the kingdom, right? And again, like I said, people are going to get a rude awakening. It's going to even shock yourself, child of God. You ain't going to believe how God is going to do what he's doing through you. Like it's going to blow your own mind. You see what I'm saying? It's going to blow your own mind. You just be prepared, child of God, and just be ready when an open door comes. You're going to feel that thing. You're going to feel that thing. God is going to make sure that you feel that this is like you ever was in a situation or you was doing something and you just knew that there was God. Like, it's just, I know this God. Anybody ever experienced that? Like you just know it was God. Just the way the whole thing just came together supernaturally. It just worked out. You just know that was God, right? It's going to be one of those type of moments and you're going to just know that it's God setting this up, right? It's going to be, you just don't know it's God setting this up. But this thing, child of God, when God puts you on an open display, it's going to be a door that opens, but this door that opens is going to open up so many other doors. But in order for the other doors to open, this door right here has to be open, right? It has to be open. And this is what it's going to be like a effect that's going to start something, and many other doors are going to open from this one door, but it's going to come in the form of an opportunity, child of God, right? And don't doubt that you can't do it. Don't doubt that this is too big for you, right? Well, it is actually, because it's God that's going to have to, he's going to help you to do it, right? But you can't doubt that you're not going to be able to do it, child of God, right? You can't doubt that you're not going to be able to do it, because the devil's going to make you think like, that ain't God calling you to do that. Why would you do that? You ain't ready for that. That ain't God? And he'll make you turn down the opportunity that God is setting up divinely for you, child of God. So this right here, this even right here is something to pay attention to, because if the devil sees that God is doing something, right, and God is about to really do something that's going to upgrade your life, that's going to change the whole trajectory of your life, that's going to take you to a higher level, that's going to make you of a greater influence to people, the devil's going to fight it, right? He's going to fight it. He's going to fight that thing, child of God. And many of you guys, as I'm bringing this message, some things probably coming before your mind right now of some opportunities that have came to you that the devil fought, right? It made you back down and think that, oh, this can't be God, or this. But a lot of times that thing that you feel that's pulling away from that thing that you think in your mind, is something in there telling you that just do it, just do it, just do it. I need to do it, right? But there's something in you that's fighting against the voice that's telling you to just do it. You see what I'm saying? But that's the enemy pushing back up against the thing that God is trying to set up for you, child of God. And many of you guys, again, have already turned down such things that God is setting up for you, right? I'm hearing that he's already, you've turned down things that God has already set up for you, child of God, because it looked like it's bigger than what you can handle, child of God. But many times these are just divine opportunities, child of God, that God is trying to put in your path to upgrade you, put in your path to grow you, to take you higher in life, to move you to another level. You see what I'm saying? Those things that seem too big for you, child of God, those are divine orchestrations. And like I said, Somebody's turning down something that God is setting up right now. Even before this thing I'm talking about comes, there's something that somebody turned down, but God set it up like that for you. But it seemed like it's something that may not be in a field that you probably don't feel like you could do it, or you feel like it's not of God because it may not be. Let's just say God set up an opportunity, but it's not a godly. I ain't gonna say not a God, because it's gonna seem worldly. Like this thing kind of seemed like it could be worldly. So you would think that this is not of God because it seemed like it could be a worldly, but it's a divine orchestration, child of God. It's a divine orchestration. And I pray that God reveals to somebody what that thing is that you turned down, or that thing that you did not take advantage of, right? I'm hearing that the door is still open for that. The door is still open for that. Child of God, so be careful of divine opportunities that come to you. It may seem like it's something that God may not be a part of, but it is. Pray about it. But there's something that somebody recently, you like looked over it, or you didn't think it was God, but it was an opportunity, a divine opportunity that God set up for you to do something, child of God. So I pray that God reveals to you what that thing is, child of God, but the door is still open for that thing, right? I hope as I'm bringing this word, God is showing you what the thing is, because there was something that God recently set up for somebody and you turned it down, right? Or you didn't take advantage of it, but it was a divine opportunity set up from the Lord, child of God. But God is about to put somebody on an open display. And again, you guys, God didn't give us the spirit of fear. You don't have to be timid. You don't have to be nervous. You don't have to be, you just got to know that God is with you in this, right? God is your backing. God is backing you in this. You're not doing this on your own. It's going to seem big, but God is with you in this, child of God. And this is why we have to trust in the Lord with all of our hearts, meaning apart from how we feel, apart from what a situation looks like I'm not leaning to my own understanding. Like I got to put all my trust in God, because if you don't help me with this, I don't have a plan B. I don't have a plan B. You're my only choice. You're my only option. You my only plan, right? I want you to put your trust in him like that, child of God, right? That kind of trust that you just, God don't show up, then is no way else. Is no opportunity that this can come out another way. You see what I'm saying, child of God? It's going to seem big, but you have to trust God and know that God is going to help you with this thing, child of God. And this is what God is going to use to take you higher. He's going to elevate you. He's going to take you to another level, but it's going to come through this opportunity, child of God, right? But there is no more hiding for you, child of God. God is snatching the covers off, right? You're about to be put on an open display. You're about to be put on an open display, child of God. And again, the Bible said that God didn't give us the spirit of fear. And why I'm getting this is because this thing is it's gonna seem like a little bit intimidating, right? It's gonna seem like it's gonna be something you're gonna really need courage, or you're gonna really need some type of you're gonna need to be strong in order to do this, child of God, right? But you're gonna have to trust God. You're gonna have to just trust God and know that God is gonna help you do this thing, child of God. Whatever it is now, trust that God is gonna help you do this thing. And another thing, you guys, another clue is to know that, like I'm saying now, it's going to come in a way that's going to look too big. This is how you can also identify. It's going to look so much bigger than what you can do on your own, right? That thing right there would even help you to determine, oh, this is what the man of God was talking about. This is what I've been feeling in my spirit. And you guys, this is what you've been feeling in your spirit, like something is about to shift in your life. You feel like something is about to change in my life. I just can't put my finger on it. I can't explain what I'm feeling, but I know something is coming. This is what this divine opportunity, this thing that God is about to open up, this thing that God is about to put in front of you, child of God, right? This thing that God is about to put you out on an open display, this opportunity, this thing that's going to open up a door, this door that's going to open up so many other doors. This is what you're feeling in your spirit, that something is about to shift in your life, something is about to change in your life, that you're about to go higher, you're about to go deeper, you're about to move forward. That's what you're feeling, child of God. That's what you're feeling. It is because God is snatching the covers off. No more hiding, child of God. God is putting you out on an open display. You got to trust him. Oh yes, you got to trust him, child of God. The Bible said we can do all things through Christ who gives us the strength, right? When God calls you to do something, when God gives you something to do, when he gives you an opportunity, when he opens up a door, you better know that God is going to equip you with what you have, what you need in order to do it, right? We serve a God of order, right? God ain't going to just throw you there or just put you there unprepared. No, if God opens up a door for you to do something, child of God, don't turn the door down. right? God feels that you are ready, even if you don't feel that you're ready, right? You got to trust God, walk by faith, and I'm going to do it anyway. Scared, nervous, afraid, I don't care. I feel that God is telling me to do this thing, and I'm going to do it by faith. And when you walk by faith, when you're dealing with God, he shows up every time, child of God. He shows up every time. He shows up every time. And you guys, it's going to be something like I was saying earlier, God ever used you to do something and you just couldn't believe that you did that, right? I don't know where that came. I don't know how. Like that was just that. I don't know how that was just like that was nothing but the hand of God. It's going to be something like that, child of God, that you just going to be like, I cannot believe I don't know where that came. See what I'm saying? But the power of God is going to be displayed, child of God, right? But you got to walk by faith in this thing, right? You got to walk by faith. It's like God has to show what he can use you to do. But in order for him to show what he can use you to do, you have to be first willing, right? You got to be willing. You got to walk by faith. You got to do it anyway. I don't know what to expect, but I'm going to walk through it anyway. I'm going to do it anyway. Because God told me to do it, I'm going to do it anyway, right? I'm going to do it anyway. Does anybody have the faith to say, I'm going to do it anyway? Apart from how the situation look, I'm going to do it anyway. Apart from how I feel, I'm going to do it anyway. Apart from what people think, I'm going to do it anyway, right? I'm going to do it anyway. Be strong and courageous, child of God. This thing that's going to come, child of God, this is what God is going to use to take you higher, but he's snatching off the covers, child of God. He's snatching off the covers. He's snatching off the covers. He's putting you out on an open display. And everybody got to start from somewhere, you guys, right? There's going to be your first time being put out in front of people, right? And some of you guys I'm hearing is already, you think you are where you are, and you think you might feel like you on a display already, but the display is getting bigger for somebody. Like it's like you on a display now, whatever you're doing, you on a display, but God is going to expand the display or the display that you're on a display. Some of you are on a display, but God is going to broaden it or put you out. Like you may be seen, but God is going to put you out, like out. Maybe, I don't know, but I'm seeing God putting you out on a higher level, on a deeper and an in-person. Maybe you behind a screen or something, or but God is putting you out, like out, right? You guys, this is about to be something that's going to really change your life. It's really going to be a blessing, but not just to you, to so many other people. And some of you guys are already being blessing to other people, but for some reason, the people that are, like I'm seeing people that are, you being a blessing to other people, but it's not on a bigger scale. So the scale is about to open up a different way of God using you in a way. I can't really explain it, but some of you guys are being used, but it's not on a bigger scale. It's like you're going to be more on an open display. You see what I'm saying? But I'm seeing somebody like you already on a display, but it's an open display, but I can't explain it, but it's going to be a bigger display somehow, right? But yeah, child of God, just trust God in this thing, right? But God is snatching the covers off of somebody, right? He's snatching the covers off of somebody. And when this opportunity opens up itself, child of God, don't turn it down. Don't turn it down, because this is a door that God is going to open. That's going to open up so many other doors. You see what I'm saying? It's going to open up so many other doors, and it's going to come through the form of an opportunity. It's something that God is setting up, but you're going to know it's God that's doing it. It's going to happen in a way that you're just going to know that there's no way that happened. It was nothing but God that did that. It's going to be like that, child of God, right? So just be aware, and you just know that everything you've learned, now it's time to put that thing out on an open display, right? And people are going to look, they're going to have rude awakenings. They're going to be shocked. They're going to be like, how did they be able to do that? I can't believe they was able to talk like that. I can't believe they was able to teach that like that. Oh, now I understand that better. I don't know how they was able to. It's going to even hit you like that, because what God is going to do through you, child of God, it's going to blow other people's mind, but not just their minds. It's going to blow your own mind. God is about to put you on an open display. There's no more hiding. He's snatching off the covers, child of God. He's snatching off the covers. And you guys just know that you are ready. You are prepared for this, right? Don't scurry away in fear and be afraid. No, you can do it. You could do it, child of God. You could do it. You could do it. Everybody got a time when God is going to put them out, right? So maybe this is going to be your time when God is going to put you out. But despise not the days of small beginnings, meaning everything got a starting point, child of God. I don't care who you are. You had to start from somewhere, right? Don't be afraid, right? Walk by faith. Trust God, right? Trust God, child of God. But you have to know that for somebody, it's about to change your life. But not even, this is what I'm saying. Like, it's not going to even just change your life. It's going to bless your life, but it's going to bless other people's lives, right? And this is the purpose of the training. This is the purpose of the learning. This is the purpose of the teaching. This is the purpose of you just watching it and for others' lives to be changed. But he's equipping you to be able to be the one to do it, child of God, right? Again, don't be intimidated by this opportunity. It's going to bless your life. It's going to bless so many other people's lives. And I'm hearing this thing is going to make you kind of famous. I don't know, y'all, but this is somebody's coming out. This is somebody's unveiling, right? This is somebody's unveiling. And again, you are prepared, child of God. You are prepared. You don't feel like you're not able to do it. You are prepared. God has prepared you for this, child of God. He has prepared you for this. Just trust him. Just trust him. But for somebody, covers are being snatched off, right? There's no more hiding. God is putting you on an open display. I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you. You got this, child of God. You got this. Anybody that you see doing anything on a big scale, they had to start. Probably nervous and afraid, but they had to just trust God. You see what I'm saying? Anything you do, you just got to trust God, right? You got to just trust God and know that he's with you in this, right? He's with you in this. He's the one setting this up for you, child of God, right? So lean not to your own understanding again, child of God, but just know that God is about to put you on an open display, right? He's snatching the covers off and there's no more hiding, child of God. There's no more hiding. All right? You got this. Be blessed.
Right with God. Come and do it now. Under the cross of Jesus, I lay my burden down. It was on that old cross